it's the same story.
Yeah.
We discussed this before. First of all, as I said, there's this huge Persian language media apparatus in the West that costs billions of dollars a year. They have TV channels, I've already explained it. When Mahsa Amini passed away, they immediately, BBC Persian and all these others, they said she was beaten to death. And then a lot of people came to the streets, larger than the economic protests, maybe a couple, like 10, maybe 20,000. I don't remember actually. I mean, I'm just, general. It may have been less, maybe more. But anyway, something like that. And then after 3 days, the footage came out. It showed that she was taken into the police station and she was fine. She wasn't holding her head. And then later she collapsed. And, we've discussed this before. And then she became clear she had a precondition. She had an operation when she was a child. Now, whether she was brought in for why she was brought into the police station, that's a different issue altogether.
Right.
That's not the point. That may have been a terrible thing to do, whatever. It doesn't. That's not the issue. Was that they said she was beaten to death, and then the protests, then just like the economic protests now, were peaceful for a couple of days, and then you had the infiltration, and the riots and the violence. Back then, 70 or so police officers of the law were killed. This time, though, the violence was much more sophisticated, and they were much more violent. In a short period of time, they were, destroying all sorts of infrastructure and murdering people very swiftly. That it was in a very short time frame. So back then, it was the same thing. They were using a tragic event to infiltrate, to create chaos, to delegitimize, and to put more pressure on the country. This is the same thing. And, just like Venezuela, they'll say Maduro did this and and then all these pundits, they'll either say, yes, we should take him out, or no, he's evil, but let's not launch war. So they're all working on the same team. They're legitimizing war by repeating the propaganda, which is misinformation, which is combining truths and lies, sometimes just lies,
right.
Sometimes twisting truths.
Right.
But that's the whole thing. It doesn't matter if it's Cuba. You can be absolutely certain that when the day comes when they attack Cuba, everyone will say on these mainstream media that yes, the Cuban regime is dictatorial, it's evil, and so on, but we shouldn't have done it, or we should have done it.